FF06B5. So since my last Things You Missed video trolled you a little bit with the 5 flamingos, I think it's only fair that I make a proper video talking about this. The as of now currently unsolved mystery in Cyberpunk. And yeah, I'm signing off of this mystery. So I'm just going to talk about just some of the theories, especially in the FF06B5 community. There's a lot of recycling of ideas, but so far it seems like there hasn't been a solution. Now, the very first idea was that it was a hex code for a magenta-like color, and it looked like half a MAC address. There's been a shelf theory, there's been an apartment map theory, there's a lot of theories around the monks saying,
"My apprentice, your throat chakra is blocked. Activate the meridians on the roof of your mouth."
But as far as I'm concerned, he's talking to one of his disciples, not you. You just happen to be there. There's been theories around the beep signs, the fact that there's the litter on top of the statue, where there isn't litter on top of other statues. Is that intentional? Is that a glitch? Can we look at everything through filters to see if it's different? Nothing has been revealed on that front. Then you've got things like the fact that FF06 is on the eyesight report of one of the scraps of paper, and one of the scraps talks about the importance of family and things like that. It's a complex mystery. We know about all this stuff, even as far as the band Fear Factory and that being a link, and Fallout as well. There's a link between the dates the bombs fell in Fallout and Cyberpunk, and the fact that they had an FF06 mystery on the servers in a museum or something, and one of the initial things was that it looked like Cloud Strife sword from Final Fantasy, and no doubt it does. It looks like a samurai. I even spotted one about a year ago where the tattoo on Sky's belly in Clouds looks like a spider, and when you look at the statue from the side, it looks like a spider. And could it be related to Spider Murphy? Could it be Arasaka's thanking Spider Murphy for saving the day and warning them to clear the building or something, so they made a statue to her? All these kind of things. None of that is really solved, and there's way more as well. You've got the crystal chart hanging up in Misty's place. You've got every single person that happens to be walking around in magenta. You've got the Jinguji rings. I'm fairly certain they're just a sign of wealth. The monks, I don't think, are related because you see them everywhere. They're just praying to a statue. And even the newly added Easter egg in The Witcher, which has this same icon in it that is on the belt of the statue. There are so many rabbit holes you can go down, and so many interesting theories. It's absolutely fascinating, and if you want to have some fun, reading through the FF06B5 subreddit is a great time. I have a theory. I've spent a lot of time looking into this, and I don't want to keep doing that because I've reached the limits of my knowledge. If I was going to find out what it was, I would have found out by now. This has been my theory for a long time. You're not going to like it. It's a little bit of a depressing theory, but it's to do with the endings, and this has been discussed a lot. A lot of people have mentioned the belt theory as well, and it's connected to that a little bit, but a lot of people haven't mentioned the actual statue's number of limbs. I think the statue represents V. Now, this isn't definitively the solution to FF06B5. This is what I believe it signifies. It's not great. I don't like it. Maybe someone can come and tell me I'm right or wrong. Doesn't really matter to me. This is what I'm going to believe it means until someone comes up with the actual solution. The belt, I think, is very important because I think it represents something. I think it's fairly clear that it represents the ending. This whole statue is basically telling you what to do for the ending of the game. That's it. It's simple. Let's take the statue itself. It kind of has a bit of a samurai vibe, okay? You're a street samurai. That's a good fit. If you look at the head of the statue, it has 3 slots in the top. We have 3 slots in the top of V's head, which we can put cyberware. There is no face on the statue because your own face is unique for your gameplay. The statue has 4 arms. V has 4 arms. V's 2 arms and Johnny's 2 arms. There are a couple of times in the game when he takes over and you can see his arms operating in sync with V's arms. 2 notable times at the very start when he first discovers he's in your head that first night, and towards the end when you're meeting with Hanako and he takes control of you to use the lift. So you have 4 arms. The statue has 4 arms.
Shit, we could be hours from it now.
So what's the sword and what's the orb? They're questions that are difficult to answer and probably subjective and not clear, but the sword to me is a sign of surrender, giving up your weapon and choosing the path of least resistance. Basically, surrendering. The ball is you giving up your world. A sphere is a kind of a symbol for the world, everything. You're giving up everything. So you're surrendering and you're giving up your world. If you think about V's journey, it's a very selfish one. And compared to Johnny's journey, which is actually a bit more selfless, although it's revenge, what he seeks to achieve has kind of a cumulative good effect. If he was to take down Mikoshi, that wouldn't be a bad thing. All we're seeking to do is get our life back. We're seeking to get Johnny out of our head as V and get back to where we were and become a legend in Night City. There's no way you can look at it and say it's not an extremely selfish goal, but it's our own personal goal in the game is what we're shooting for. But is it the best option? No. So the sword is telling you to give up your weapons, to surrender. The ball is telling you to give your world. And the palm held out is telling you to stop. It's time to stop this fight and accept the inevitable. Now, the belt ties into this as well. The belt represents to me the 4 endings which branch into 2 more, which creates the 6 endings. That's the one when you decide to take control of things yourself and sacrifice yourself so nobody else has to sacrifice themselves for you. Because in all the other endings, other people are harmed one way or another. Whether you're taking down Arasaka, when as it was, Yorinobu was actually looking to bring down Arasaka himself from the inside, and you foil that, which is not so great, and you know how that ending goes, to the people who sacrifice themselves when you team up with the Aldecaldos. Basically, somebody will get hurt in every ending, except the one where you choose to put others before yourself. It's horrible, but that's what I think this statue is telling you to do. The FF06B5 final fight. There's 6 endings, 5 of them are bad. So that's my thinking on it. It's basically telling you that the best ending you could do is to not get anyone else hurt. That's what it's telling me. But yeah, it's kind of miserable, but that's what I think it's saying. Surrender, don't fight, save everybody else. Because if you listen to the conversation that Johnny has with V at the end, when you choose the, I'm going to use the term, easy way out option, he says how you've surprised him.
Anything else, people will die.
Never really gave it a thought. Funny how you still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Might be something I learned from you.
V, you sure about this?
As long as you got nothing against it.
Not how I'd have done it. But that's all right.
Just like that. No pushback.
Huh. Might have learned a little something from you too.
You know, people are going to be hurt for sure, and they're going to be pissed with you for sure, as you see in the end credits, and it makes you feel horrible, but they're going to go on with their lives, and that's just it.
You know, it really is beautiful.
So there you go. That's what I think FF06B5 means, and until we find the actual solution, because I'm sure I'm probably not right, that's the way I'm going to look at it. What do you think? Have you got any theories that haven't been mentioned yet? Do you agree with me? Do you have your own ideas? And yeah, let me know in the comments below. Sorry, I know it's a bit of a downer, but there you go. That's what I think it is.